Ayo, what is poppin' poppers? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about My Hero Academia characters I want to see made into Funko Pops. So let's get right into it. So this past week, I just finished My Hero Academia, or at least I caught up with My Hero Academia since they are still releasing episodes. And with me finishing or catching up with the show, there was a lot of characters I do want to see made as Pops I noticed were in the show, and they haven't made them into Pops yet. There's a lot of Pops for My Hero. I only have 3 Pops from the My Hero line as of right now, but I do plan to get most of them. But yeah, with My Hero Academia being a great show, there are some great Pops for the show. And today's video, I'm going to be talking about what Pops I want to see made for the show. There's lots of different characters I want to see made. Some from Class 1A, some heroes, some villains. I'm going to be talking about all that in today's video. So yeah, let's get started. So to start off, there is 20 people in Class 1A, and as of right now, there's only 10 people that have been made into Pops. Those people being Mina, which is actually coming out, I believe, in June, alongside all the rest of the Pops that got announced at Toy Fair. There's Suyu, Tenya, Ochaku, Kirishima, Todoroki, Tokiyami, Bakugo, Deku, and Momo. And those are the only 10 being made, so that leaves half of them from Class 1A that haven't been made. So there's a lot. I want to see all of Class 1A as Pops, even though some of them would be hard to pull off since they don't have too much going on with them. So starting off, we have Mineta. This one is really awesome. I would love to see this guy as a Pop, especially since he is in the show. He's kind of weird, not gonna lie, but it would still be pretty cool to see him as a Pop, especially like maybe like him kind of like about to throw one of his balls off his head. That sounds really wrong saying that. Maybe him when throwing one of his balls and with this hero outfit on, it would be really cool. Another person from Class 1A would be Koda. This one would look really awesome as a Pop. I would love to see him as a Pop. He's not in the show too much, and he doesn't talk too much, but yeah, whenever he's in the show, he always does something pretty cool, like the whole fight with him and Gyro against President Mike. That was pretty cool when he got the insects to go through the ground. But yeah, he doesn't do much in the show, but it would still be pretty cool to see him as a Pop. I just want to see all of Class 1A as Pops. And next up, we have Sato. This one would be really cool to see as a Pop as well. Maybe him in his hero outfit holding cakes in his hand. That would be pretty cool. Or like him holding a bag of sugar would also be pretty cool. And yeah, he's not in the show too much this one also. Most of the characters that they haven't made so far aren't in the show too much. There's maybe like 1 or 2 that are like kind of main characters, I guess. But yeah, this one is one of those background characters you don't see too often, but when you do, he's pretty awesome. It would be pretty cool to see this guy. And then next up, we have Gyro. Gyro would be awesome to see as a Pop, especially since recently with the recent episodes, she has been starting to be in the show a lot more with like the whole talent show thing going on, and she's like the main person kind of doing the guitar. It would be pretty cool to see her as a Pop. Maybe her holding a guitar would be pretty cool. And next up from Class 1A, I would love to see a Sero Pop as well, especially like with him maybe in like his hero outfit shooting out the tape from his hand like mid-fight. That would be really awesome to see. Also from Class 1A, I would love to see a Shoji Pop. This one would be really awesome. It would be really hard to pull off this, but I would love to see one with like kind of him in the cavalry battles with Mineta and Suyu in his like back, and it's like kind of his wings or like his arms covering them. That would be really cool to see. But yeah, Shoji's probably one of my favorite characters from the show, and he's definitely a character at the top of my list that I want to see made into Pops, just because he's so cool in the show and his fights are always really awesome. Also from Class 1A, I would love to see Ojiru as a Pop. He's the guy with the tail on his back. He doesn't do too much in the show, but he is pretty cool. He's a pretty cool background character. I'm not a huge fan of him, but seeing him as a Pop would be pretty cool, I guess. And also from Class 1A, well, all these are from Class 1A so far, we have Aoyama. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I can't pronounce names too well. I definitely do watch the show, though. But yeah, Aoyama is basically the one with the naval laser coming from his belt or his stomach area, I guess. In the recent episodes, he started to get a lot more screen time. I've never been a huge fan of him. He's kind of annoying, and he's kind of like one of those characters that's like weird, I guess. But yeah, it would be pretty cool to see him as a Pop, with like maybe with like a version or an exclusive version of him with a laser coming out of his belt or stomach area. That would be pretty cool to see. And next up, we have Kaminari. This one would be pretty cool to see as a Pop also. All these would be awesome to see from Class 1A. He hasn't been in the show too much, but he does have the electricity quirk, so it would be pretty cool to see maybe like electrical volts coming from his hand. Like you can see the electricity. That would be pretty cool as a Pop, where he has like his hands out, and he's kind of like, he's always like, I noticed in the show, doing something stupid. I don't know if that makes sense. Like he always just kind of like always getting hit around, thrown around. I don't really remember anything too crazy with this guy, but yeah, it would be pretty cool to see him as a Pop. I don't know exactly how they would pull this one off, but I would like to see a Toru Pop, like maybe just with her boots and like the school uniform. I don't know exactly how this would work. I don't know how they would get the school uniform to float. It would be pretty funny though if they just released like a empty pop box with her name on it for the My Hero line. That would be pretty cool, but like obviously no one's gonna buy that because they're not getting a Pop. But yeah, I don't know how they would work this one out. That's all of Class 1A. Some of these I could do without getting them, and some of these I do really want to see as pops, and I'm surprised they haven't made them yet, such as Shoji, Minita, or Ojiru. Those are just like 3 of my main favorite characters out of those 10 that I just named. And yeah, that's it for Class 1A. Moving on to the heroes. So starting off for the heroes, we have Gran Torino. I would love to see this one as a pop. There's multiple versions of this guy I would like to see as a pop. Maybe one of him floating with like kind of the jet like coming out of his feet, if that makes sense. That would be pretty cool. Or one that of him when he was younger, with when he used to work with Nana. That would be also pretty awesome to see. But yeah, Gran Torino was basically the internship that Deku went to, and ever since then he was in the show quite a few times. He was there for the All for One fight, I believe. But yeah, he's not one of those background characters I would like to see made as a pop. This is actually like a character that's in this show quite frequently, so it would be pretty awesome to see him as a pop. And yeah, there we have Gran Torino. Next up, we have Cementos. Cementos would be awesome to see as a pop. He's on the show as much as like Gran Torino or other characters on this list, but it would be pretty cool to see him as a pop still, since he's such a cool, laid-back like teacher at the UA. And also a teacher at UA I would like to see was Snipe. Snipe is basically the McCree of My Hero Academia. This guy gives me McCree vibes, like McCree from Overwatch. He looks exactly like McCree, and he works with a gun like McCree. It just reminds me of McCree, and this is a really cool character. He doesn't talk too much, he's on the show too much, but it would be pretty cool to see this guy as a pop, since he is one of my favorite heroes or teachers working at UA. Another really awesome teacher I'd like to see made into a pop. This is definitely the top of my list for seeing as pops. I want to see this one as a pop 100%. Present Mike, I want to see him as a pop. Maybe like a variant where he has like a sound blast coming out of his mouth, like with him saying, "Oh yeah." He's such a funny character, probably my favorite teacher at UA, just because he's so funny. And yeah, Present Mike, so random in the show sometimes, but you gotta love the funniness out of this guy. Another teacher, I guess you can consider him a teacher from UA, is Principal Nezu. This is basically the small mouse with the really awesome quirk where he's like super smart. I don't know exactly what it's called. I think it might be called IQ. Or at least I think someone else in the show has IQ, and he has a really super smart quirk. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it would be pretty cool to see this guy as a pop, especially since he is in the show. He has been in the show throughout the seasons. He's not like a character that's been in the show, kind of forget about him and he stops being in the show. But yeah, this guy is really awesome. I would like to see him as a pop. This is probably definitely on top of my list as well, since he's such a lovable character and he's so crazy, especially in that crane episode when he was operating the crane. Yeah, it was a crazy episode. But yeah, there we have Principal Nezu. And for the last of the pro heroes, we have Fat Gum. This is basically the work study that Kirishima went to. This character is really awesome. Definitely a hero I got attached to really fast, and a hero I want to see more in this show. He's a really awesome character, especially in the fight. He was basically in the whole overhaul fight arc, I guess. He was a really awesome character in the fight, and his fight against Rappa was pretty cool. And if they do end up making this guy into a pop, there has to be another version of him where he's kind of weakened out after his fight with Rappa when he lost all of his fat. That would be really awesome to see as a pop. But yeah, that's it for the professional heroes on my list. There's a lot of other characters that would be pretty cool to see as pops. But yeah, I didn't want to make the video too long. I could name a lot of other characters, but those are definitely the main characters. So next up, we have the big 3, which are basically the third years at UA. These characters would be really awesome to see as pops. So we have Tamaki, Heido, and Mirio Tagada, which is the main, I guess, out of the big 3. Mirio's already has a pop for him, but he's kind of like in his normal school outfit. I would love to see them all in their hero outfits. I don't know exactly what Heido and Tamaki's names are, their hero names are. Although Mirio already has a pop, it would be pretty cool to see him in his Lemillion outfit. That would be awesome. Also for Tamaki, just an idea, it would be pretty cool to see him maybe reaching out with like a tentacle hanging off his arm, or like his arm as a tentacle. It would be pretty awesome to see. And for Heido, it would be pretty awesome to see, like, I don't know exactly what her quirk is, but it shows like green bubbles around her, I guess, and it would be pretty cool to see her like holding those, kind of like the Zenyatta pop with like them floating around her would be pretty cool. But yeah, that's for the big 3. Big 3 would be awesome to see as pops. And next up, we have villains. So starting off with the League of Villains. League of Villains has most characters, I guess, coming out already. They already have a Toga. They already have a Dobby pop. There's another Toga coming out. They already have Kirigi. They already have Shigaraki. There's already another Shigaraki coming out. So for the characters that are left, that are alive, actually, I would like to see Twice. Twice Unmasked would be pretty cool as well. Twice has probably one of the best backstories in any anime that I've watched so far. He's probably one of my favorite villains from the League of Villains. So it would be pretty cool to see him unmasked or Twice in his normal outfit would be pretty cool. And then we have Spinner. He's on the show too much, but he's a pretty funny character, I guess. He's the one with basically, he's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pretty much. He looks up to Stain, I believe it is, and he believes in Stain's ideals, and he kind of just follows Stain's steps pretty much. Pretty cool character, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pretty much. And also from the League of Villains, it would be pretty cool to see Mr. Compress, or yeah, I believe that's the name, Mr. Compress, which is basically the guy that took Bakugo and Tokiyami into like the little balls. He's a magician pretty much. It would be pretty cool to see him too, even though he's not in the show too much. I would like to see him because he is probably one of my favorite villains as well in the show. And finally, for the villains, we have Overhaul holding Eerie. They're already coming out with a Overhaul pop, so it would be pretty cool to see Overhaul holding Eerie. Kind of maybe like Eerie on his back, or him and Eerie holding hands. Or maybe like Deku holding Eerie would be pretty cool to see as well. And now that I'm thinking about it, it would be awesome to see Overhaul kind of like combined with all the other human parts, I guess. I don't know exactly what that state is called, but basically he's using his quirk to make like a super giant that Deku had a hard time beating. But yeah, that would be pretty awesome to see as a pop. Maybe as a 6-inch pop, 10-inch pop, it would just be really awesome to see as a pop in general. And yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Hit that post notification bell to stay up to date with all my content. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think should be made into a pop from My Hero Academia. If I pronounced anything wrong or said anything wrong in today's video, let me know in the comments below as well. And yeah, catch you next time. Peace.